So in this video, I want to talk about a series called I Was Reincarnated as the Seventh Prince so I can take my time perfecting my magical ability. I had to take my time to say that because it is a long title, but even with that title and it feeling a little bit like it might come off like a generic anime in that itself, and this is not an isekai, to be very clear. This is just a reincarnation, so there is a distinct difference. This is basically a guy that had no real magical abilities, died in that world, and then reincarnated as the Seventh Prince. So it's not transported to an alternative world. This is the same world that he died in. Just to be very, very clear on the difference, because I know a lot of people will wrap reincarnations as isekais, which it is not. But even though the title can come off a little bit generic, honestly, I've been really enjoying the first couple of episodes of this series, and a lot of it comes down to just the silliness of the main protagonist. This is a kid that is reincarnated. He has this insane, exceptional ability with magic. He can do things that just defy the rules of that world, and he's blowing like holes into the sky where you can see like the stars. Like it feels like he's blown like a rift in time and space and portals, and he's just so crazy in his power, but all he cares about is just learning more magic, reading his books, having fun, going to dungeons, looking for treasure. Like, he's not taking anything really serious, and even though he's got like a demon familiar, the demon's like, oh, I'm gonna possess this kid and all that, and then realizing that the demon's just like, okay, yeah, I can't even touch this kid, and this demon's meant to be super powerful and dangerous that no one else is meant to be able to rival, that's meant to be locked up, and the kid's just like, yeah, let's just like chill, bro. And the demon just can't do anything about it. It's just like, can't overpower this kid. From a first appearance, it would look very generic, very boring. Overpowered protagonist, has a bunch of maids following him over, though there is one maid I really like, and it's the more possessive one where she comes in and she's like, oh, you've grown by 0.07 millimeters. It's just like, okay, that's a little bit creepy that you notice the difference in like a day, but she's so hot. Yeah, if I was him, I'd be inquiring about future prospects for her. But he is the Seventh Prince, so he's not in line to the throne. In the more recent episode, you get to actually see the prince that is in line for the throne, and how he actually has noticed that his little brother actually has a skill for magic, and that he wants to kind of keep him close because he'll be an asset to him. And I honestly think this anime has a lot of potential to be fun. I honestly see it as a comedy, even though the tags are just adventure, fantasy, magic, reincarnation. I would also put comedy into this as well, because I think there's a lot of fun moments in there where the kid is just doing stuff that's just like absolutely batshit insane. And it's just fun. It's just silly. It's fun. It shouldn't be taken serious. It's based on a light novel, and I enjoy it. But again, the thing is that you look at the cover of it, you look at the title of the anime, you see the word reincarnation, and people are going to instantly slap on the generic, oh, this is just another overpowered protagonist, stud muffin, wheezing his way. But I feel like it's kind of taken that formula and kind of just made it into something fun. It's just gone, yeah, let's, instead of like taking it so serious, let's just have fun with it. And I absolutely love it. And of course, I would say there is romance in it as well. Not because of the maid, even though the maid, she definitely kind of, I don't know if it's like, that's the thing, like, this could be debated, and I'm going in the maid first, and then I'll go into the other character that actually clearly has a crush on him when he's in a more mature form. So again, it's, yes, he's a little kid, he's a little lolly kid kind of thing, whatever you want to call him, but there's a little bit more to it. So the maid itself, she just seems very possessive, but it's clear that she kind of like dotes on him, almost like an overprotective, like maybe like kind of sister or thing, but I feel like it's a little bit different than that. But then you've also got this martial art chick that he bumped into while he was looking for a dungeon, but he takes on an appearance of a combination of his current appearance and his older brother that is in line for the throne, and then he uses the magic to create a new appearance, which is him looking much older, so that martial artist actually has a crush on his other appearance. So there's that kind of thing. It does make me think that he may grow up to actually look like that when he gets older, but he's just taken on that appearance so that some people will kind of think that he's older than what he really is, and also the fact that he can't just go rolling around in places as himself because he is the Seventh Prince that could draw unwanted attention. So there's a bit of realisticness in how some of those situations are. It isn't just like put a pair of sunglasses or a hat on and voila, no one notices you. No, he actually changes his whole appearance with magic. That girl, the martial artist, does have a crush on him, but that's based on his other appearance. So, yeah, there is that. But the maid itself, she's just like super possessive, which I kind of find funny because she is also his trainer for swordplay, and she's really good as well. So there's just a lot of cool characters that I've enjoyed so far in the series, and there's meant to be more added as the episodes go on. So I'm definitely going to be watching this weekly, because even though it wasn't on like my high priority list, like I have a long list of like 15 animes every season that I watch, but there's always the high priorities, and then the sort of I'll get to it at some point, and then the I'll wait until the end of the anime season to binge watch it. This one's kind of been moved up to that, like, I'll watch it weekly, along with things like Moonlit Fantasy and Spice and Wolf, because I like the concept of what it's trying to do with something that would be seen as generic, which I think is good. It's a breath of fresh air that it's trying to take something that would be perceived as generic and add a lot of fun and comedy to it. And just some of the comments that you see in the episodes is just really funny. Like, in the recent episode, someone left a comment of, that time I tried casting a double spell and ended up creating a multi-dimensional rift and destroyed the sun. Like, there's some really ridiculous things that this kid can do, and it's not used in a way of being like, oh, he's going to show it off and everyone's going to fall in love with him and he's going to defeat some big bad guy. Maybe there is going to be a villain later on in the episodes, but for me right now, it just seems the more focus is just his day-to-day life adventure, looking for things to explore, learning about magic, because that's what he's in love with. And in his past life, he had a fascination for magic, but because of his genetics and all that kind of stuff, he just didn't have it, and he ended up dying a pretty horrific way as well. So yeah, there is that. But you also got to remember, because he's the 7th prince, he's also got a lot of obligations still, even if he is the 7th. So a lot of the maids kind of like keep him safe and all that kind of stuff, but he kind of like tries to avoid, and that's the comedy aspect. He's doing silly dumb stuff to try and get away from people's appearances so that he can do the things that he enjoys, going into dungeons for magic stuff, finding opponents and going, oh, this looks fun, and then also going into the library looking to read books and all that. And then he goes into like a hidden forbidden library, which is where he finds that demon that ends up becoming his familiar, which is just an adorable little like gremlin little thing with horns, which he then also uses and puts it inside of his hand so that he can talk out of his hand and out of his mouth at the same time to create two pieces of magic at the same time that are two different forms. It's just, and the animations as well. Like, honestly, I'm blown away with how well the animations are. That was something that I noticed as the episodes were going on. Like, they put a lot of attention to detail for something that I think a lot of people, again, and I know I'm re-emphasizing on this, some people would see as generic, because that is exactly what's going to happen. You're going to see a lot of people see the title and classify it as that, generic isekai trash, which it's not an isekai. I'm just saying that's what people are going to classify it as, because I know someone's going to say, you just called it an isekai. No, I'm saying what people are going to classify it as, isekai trash. And that's also because of the fact you've got IGN going around mischaracterizing what an isekai is. The animations is great. The opening song is a lot of fun too. The characters are a load of fun. The main protagonist is fun. I'm super excited to see where the story goes. I'd love to know your thoughts in the comment section down below. What do you think of the anime? Because this, I think, is going to be a little bit of a hidden gem where some people are going to really like it. And I think it only got a lot of attention in the first episode because of the fact that the kid had like really wide hips, like meaty ones. So everyone's like, oh my god, blah, 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 blah. And then there was some controversy behind it. But that controversy like disappeared as soon as the second episode came out. So clearly people didn't get the attention they wanted and they moved on. For me, I saw that and went, oh, I'll give it a watch, see what it's like. And I saw that it was a lot more of what I like in anime, something trying to have fun and being silly. I thought, you know what? I'll give it a try the next week. And I'm still enjoying it. So I'd love to know your thoughts in the comment section down below. If you like this video, hit the like, subscribe, and I'll see you beautiful nerds in the next video.